To the Wynn family, Andrew, Alicia, bringing the world Alan. Cannot wait to meet him. You know, you're inspiring to me. I started my career as an insurance agent and a registered rep, built my business, and this industry has literally changed the trajectory of my life, and it's changed my family's life. So for generations to come, my family has been positively impacted by being a part of this industry. And we truly want this for everyone here in this arena. That's why we're all here. And it is, like I said, inspiring to see this happening every single day in WFG and at WSB. I remember my first meeting joining the company, and we had a few WFG leaders that came into Denver. And it's when I first met Alicia. And she explained to me, she asked if Transamerica was going to be essentially committed to WFG. And at that moment, I shared with her that my mission, my personal mission, was to revitalize Transamerica to be a champion in North America. And that it was only going to happen with WFG being a champion, with WFG transforming financial services. And it's so energizing to be part of this opportunity. When I got the call to join the company, you know, I was just energized by the challenge of restoring Transamerica to be the best, to be number one, to be a champion. And I know, because when you tackle significant challenges, with that comes significant pride and accomplishment. And you do it together with a lot of people, and their life-changing, lifelong relationships are created in the process. And by doing it the right way, all the other stuff just takes care of itself. All the rewards, all the accolades. But what lasts forever, what lasts a lifetime and generations, is the pride of the significant accomplishment. And again, it's why I'm just so glad to be here with you. You personify, in my view, the American dream. So thank you. You're living this dream. You want this dream. Those of you here want to be here. It can happen and it will happen, but not overnight. It takes time. It takes hard work. It takes resilience. And as Swan once told me, WFG is an overnight success story that took 3 decades to get there. And I think that pretty much sums up. The WFG really is the place to be to build your financial services distribution company in your community. And it's the place to be because it starts with people, culture, leaders. It's the place to be because it's a proven model. If you just follow it, and if, again, you just follow the path of resilience and persistency, it's been time tested for decades. And as much success, and I think this is really important, and I believe this, as much success as WFG has had in 30 years, and recently, just in the last 5 years, going from 50,000 agents to 80,000 agents, as much success as WFG and WSB's experienced, I believe it has just begun. I truly believe it has just started. And you can take it to new heights. You can take it to heights that people can't even envision that exist. And by doing it, you will change your community. You will give back a considerable amount to your community into the country. And the reason why I say this is that we have too many families that are left out. We have too many families that are being left behind. We have too many families that don't enjoy financial security. Now let me just give you some statistics to support this. Half of families don't have insurance or no insurance. Half. 40% of families don't have enough savings that a $400 to $500 emergency need, they don't have the savings for it. Think about that. 100 million workers do not have access to a retirement plan. And that is all true. But I think the issue with education is the biggest issue of all. There is certainly a lack of access. There is certainly a lack of advice for the middle market, the middle class, the middle income market. But education is power. Knowledge is power. And I believe that if more people were knowledgeable about basic financial concepts, that they weren't intimidated about asking questions for giving the impression that they should know something so basic. And finance confuses people. Finance confuses people. It's difficult. If more people were educated, we could solve this problem. Do you know anybody that could lend a hand here? Do you know anybody that wants to be a teacher, a coach, an educator? All right. Good. Then I think you found the right arena in America, which is this one right here. I have a daughter who's just now entered the workforce. She's in her second year working, and she has a best friend, and her best friend comes home and she says, "Mr. Fuller, I got started this new job, and they want, you're not going to believe this, they're making us enroll in a marathon." I said, "What? That sounds really weird." She goes, "Yeah, they went ahead and enrolled me in a 401k. Caroline, it's okay. That's a retirement plan. You're not going to have to run a marathon. You're good." And but that's a good example of that. I do think what you do. I'm so impressed with what you do on financial literacy. I'm so impressed with what you do with financial education. The system you have around it, the meetings that you do for people, the time that you take. I know that a lot happens in families at the kitchen table. And I know that you drive hours to just have a moment with the family at a kitchen table. And every time you do that, you're making a choice, and you are making, I want you to know that you are making a big difference. You are a coach in your community. You're a teacher in your community. And if you weren't there, and if WSB wasn't there, and if WFG isn't there, who takes your place? Let that sink in. That's how good of a role model you are into your community. Our mission as a company, Transamerica's mission, is to be the leading insurance and retirement company for the middle market in the U.S. and Canada. That's our goal. To be the champion, the clear champion in serving the middle market. And I think that pairs really well with WFG's mission, which is to leave no family behind, for you to be in charge of your own business and build your own business in your community for financial security for your own family for multiple generations. Our missions are so tightly connected, and it's a terrific 20-year partnership, and my commitment to you is that it will only get better and tighter and more aligned. We're in lockstep. We win as one. The story, your story, is a book that's only going to get better as you read it. The key is to never quit writing it. Swan just spoke to a group at an arena nearby, and he talked about 39 years, and that God willing, he would want to work 39 more years. That's love for what you do. And it is hard work. It's hard work that never stops. I think that's what he also said. But if you love the work and you have passion for it, you know that you're doing well for your family by doing good for other people, I think that makes you a very rich person indeed. Now, our service to our community comes with a deep obligation and responsibility to them. These are families. They've worked hard for their money, and they're entrusting it with you and with us. Which means, to do the right thing, we must all play our part. And for you, that means leading with education and serving your clients' best interest. For Transamerica, it means we have a sacred obligation to ensure that we can stand behind all the guarantees and all the protections that we offer, that you expect us to be there for. That no matter what storm arises, a pandemic, a depression, a financial crisis, that we are so well capitalized as a financial fortress that we can absorb that body blow and continue to provide those guarantees and offer more families the guarantees and help your businesses keep on running. Because what we've learned at WFG and WSB is that when times are tough for families and when times are tough in the economy, that's actually when we shine the most. And there's very little that we do in life by ourselves. We depend on a lot of partners. We depend on our family, and we depend on our community. And we're very, very, very fortunate to have a lot of partners here. Like my partner in the back that wants to wake you up. I have my partner here, Katie, my wife, if she could please stand. Is here for the first time. She's been smiling since we got here. We have many partners in our business. One of our responsibilities is to make sure that you have a broad portfolio of products and solutions for your clients so that you're in the driver's seat and you have choice. And we have so many high quality insurance and annuity partners and investment partners in the US and Canada. If I could ask them to please stand. I know they're here out in the audience. We appreciate you. We depend on you. Thank you for being partners with WFG. Our partners are important to us, and Transamerica is important to them. They like that Transamerica stands behind WFG. We've been in business for 100 years, and our goal, as you'll hear from Todd, is we want to run the very best financial services company for the middle market at the highest standards in the most sustainable way, because what we're building, we want to build not just for our generation, but for the next generation. We want to build it to last. So thank you for your partnership. Let me close, if I may, with 6 commitments about the Transamerica WFG partnership. Number one, we have an iconic brand between the two companies we're going to continue to invest in so that we're well known and we're well regarded. We will be a financial fortress. Did you know that we are capitalized 4 times more than the capital we need to provide our contractual obligations? It's called 400% RBC. And that's that capital to be able to be a buffer to absorb those stress scenarios. That's very important for you that we run, because we need to be able to meet our obligations and continue to operate, and you need to be able to count on that, and you can. We have proven leaders. We got a great team at Transamerica, a great team at WFG, whose job is to support your leaders and you. You're going to hear from Todd, but there's so many other people here in the audience, from Drew McDonald to Rick Williams in Canada, to Michelle Berry, to Mike Broder, to Wendy Boyd on our Transamerica life insurance side. Don't forget, Jamie Ohl sits behind the life insurance and retirement business, and her commitments to improve our service and our experience and our product development with WFG and Mom. She says you haven't seen the last of her. You are Jamie's #1 customer as WFG. I've talked about our product partners, and you know what? You're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. Every person at Transamerica is here to make your job a little bit easier. It's a tough job, but our job is to make it just a little bit easier. You're building our future. You're going to hear a lot of optimism. You're going to hear a lot of confidence. This comes from experience. It comes from leaders who have been at this, who have seen challenges, who've overcome them, who have navigated difficult times. That optimism and confidence comes from knowing that we can do anything we set our mind to together, as long as we stick together. So this is our moment. Win as one. I'm so thankful for you. I'm inspired by you. I'm appreciative of all that you do for your community, for your family. And hey, let's go crush it again. And I look forward to being with you at your convention. Thank you so much.